I guess we should start with AD's extension. We knew this was coming. The first day he was eligible for it, he gets it. Our friend Mark Medina, who was on the program a few weeks ago, wrote this up on Friday. He gets a 3-year, $186 million extension. The quote from Clutch Sports about the Lakers said, quote, "They understand AD and his work ethic has shown. He has some injuries, but it wasn't due to him not working. It's not like he came into camp overweight or showed any laziness." That feels like a shot at Shaquille O'Neal. There were just fluke things. That happens in the game. Davis has a deal worth $270 million when accounting for the 2 years and $84 million left on his current contract. So AD going to be around for a while.
Yeah, and that $186 could, with incentives, could go up to like 206. Depending on
what are the incentives based on? Is
probably
it based
games
on,
played.
It has to be,
probably,
right?
It has to be games played.
Games played.
Got it.
Because the productivity when he's on the court, is phenomenal. But it's just stay on the court,
Right.
I mean, Rob, we saw this coming.
Yeah, you had to, man. When you think about it, and you take away the injuries, and he's a generational talent. This guy is one of the most talented guys in the league. He can bring it up. He could, he could really, win MVP if he just said, you know what, I'm gonna take a page out of Jokic's book, because he can do everything Jokic does and more. He just needs to put it in his mindset that I'm gonna be aggressive. I say, F everybody from LeBron to whoever's on his team to, I'm taking over. It's my team. I'm the talent, and just be that guy. But is his mindset right, though, to be that dominant guy where he just says, fuck everybody, I'm the big dog?
Yeah, he has the skill set, like you said. I mean, obviously, Jokic has the edge in the passing department. But as far as everything else, and being much more physically gifted, yeah, he kind of has the one-up in everything else. He has to stay on the floor long enough for us to be able to see that, because we know how dominant it is when he is on the floor. Yeah. And does he have that dog mindset? Because with this extension, dog, we've been saying this for a minute. This is your team now. It was your team already, but the Lakers are telling you, yo, the keys, you got the car keys, the house keys, the keys to the pool house. You got the keys to everything right now. You're the centerpiece in which we're going to build everything around. He just turned 30, I think, sometime this year. So that's the thing that kind of scares me now when they get to 30 and the other side of 30, especially when you've had injury history in your 20s. So we'll see how this goes, because he's going to make in the high 60s by the time this contract is over with.
Look, I mean, I think we all knew he was going to get extended. I really didn't think that was even a matter. I think the only reason there was any kind of question about it was his health. That's the only thing that you can really call into question when it comes to Anthony Davis. Like you said, Rob, we know how superior a talent he is. We know how good he can be. And you see it in those bursts when he's healthy. You saw it in the burst, I think it was early in the postseason last year, where he just went on that tear. It was like 4 or 5 games where he was just unstoppable. And
he played like 10 games where he was averaging like 40 points,
something like that. It was a run.
Yeah.
He blacked out.
You gotta bottle that up, and you got to do that more often.
Right.
And I think that was the only hesitation the Lakers probably ever had with him.
Yeah, because if you think about that, if you look around the league, tell me how many guys in the league can guard him. I can't just pick one guy that can guard him, because there's nobody.
A few, but not a lot.
Yeah, because he's quicker than Embiid. He's more athletic than Jokic. And what other big out there
Giannis?
Can guard him?
Giannis is probably the only.
Giannis is probably the closest.
Yeah. Giannis is the closest, but he's stronger than Giannis. I know that saying he should be, because he's even though Giannis strong as shit.
Yeah, I was going to say they're pretty comparable.
I'm like, when you got a guy like that, you can body him, because AD know how to use his body, back him down, and then use his fadeaway. So it's like really nobody that can really guard this guy.
Yeah, it's. Man, when you see a Hall of Fame talent, because that's exactly what he is. He's a Hall of Fame talent.
Yes,
and then you sit there and he deserves the money. It's not even about the fact that he deserved it, because like you said, for that 10-game stretch, and we've seen it when he was in New Orleans. We saw it in the stretches when the Lakers were in the bubble, how he played. We all know what Anthony Davis is. So him getting this type of extension, okay, cool. He's one of the guys that's no-brainers.
Right.
It's just the holdup has always been, anytime he falls on the floor, everybody in Crypto.com arena, everybody in Southern California, stretching all the way to the East Coast who are Laker fans, hold their breath. Because he hit the floor, but is he going to get up? And when he gets up, is he going to be healthy?
So let me ask both of you guys. We'll put a little friendly wager on this. How many games does Anthony Davis play this year?
His average has been what, 52?
I was gonna say
like
sub 60.
50?
Yeah, it's been in the 50s. I don't know the exact number.
So time management, load management.
You think he plays 60 games?
I think he plays 65 plus games this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a big number for AD. That's a big
If
number.
the thing is with AD, he needs to come into the season in shape. He didn't come into the season in shape last season. I don't care what anybody says, because the true tale of you in shape or not as an athlete, when your back starts hurting, that means you ain't in shape. And his back was giving him problems at the beginning of the season. Remember preseason, the first couple of games, it was his back. He wasn't in shape. And I don't care what anybody says, been there, done that. And so if he comes in shape, that means your back's not hurting. You're not like limping or, trying to adjust for that and you hurt something else. So if he comes in shape and keeps on that path of working out and literally just going to PT, physical therapy every day, because you go to PT even when you're healthy to make sure the little injuries that you had don't jump back up and haunt you throughout the season. So he needs to have a strong regimen, and he could play 65 plus games this season, maybe 70.
I got him right now 60 even. I think that's a pretty good number, especially for somebody. I hope it's more. I really do. I hope it's more along the lines of Rob, where it's 65 plus, and more along the plus side. But I'm gonna sit at 60 right now until I see something else.
How much of that is injury? How much of that is load management? Is the other question too. You know what I mean? If he's healthy and you're managing him, fine, I get it.
Yes.
If he's not healthy, that's where you start to run into that gauntlet of issues.